Hi everybody, how's everybody doing? I hope you're going well. It's been crazy week. I can feel the eclipses are coming. I don't know about you. So many things are happening. Woo, so many changes, so many things. I'm excited about today. Pernell is going to talk about this Mars and South Node conjunction in Libra. Very important thing. Hopefully he can join us right now. There he is. Hello. Just request to join and I'll let you in. Awesome. We can repeat this for a work from the first attempt, and sometimes we'll need more. Okay. Ta-da! Gods of Instagram. Oh my Lord. Hi Anna. Yeah, I accepted you. It takes some time for these lives, for Instagram to actually tell us, yes, we can do this, because again, I accepted. Anyway, you guys tell me what are you doing? What's up? Come on. I'm so see. It takes a couple of time, unfortunately. Sometimes you just there you go. Yes.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Hi. Hi, Guy. Hi, Pernell. How are you?
I'm well. They were playing games.
Yes, it's Instagram. It's happening. Don't worry. It's part of their suspense team. I think they have a suspense team somewhere, making this like a thriller more than a informational knowledge. Hi, Hannah. Cool. So thank you for coming. First of all, taking your time to do this with me. I'm so excited. It's such an interesting topic. Thank you for choosing it. I feel that people really can use this insights from you today with this energy. I see many breakups, many things are happening in the sky recently. Many people are making many decisions. So thank you for this. For all of you who don't know who Pernell is, please go check his profile, and especially his YouTube channel. Many great, I can't even say, it's not just astrology, it's astrology and human design and magic work, and absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, it's magical for me.
Yeah.
So thank you.
No, absolutely. No, I appreciate the little early insight as we kind of dip into this Libra energy. You spoke about breakups, and it's a huge one, right? And I've been really looking at how we're not just breaking up with people, we're breaking up with things, we're breaking up with places, and primarily we're breaking up with investments. And when I say investments, it's like the main investment is with people right now, right? But Libra is an energy of investment, specifically in this gate in human design, which is activated. Anybody with Libra, Aries, Capricorn, primarily, let's say Libra and Aries for now. If you have Libra or Aries between 20 degrees and 45 minutes, and 26 degrees and 22 minutes. So I want to kind of, if you can you type that so I can like not let them forget that? Can you type 20 minutes and 45 minutes? Because that way you can check your chart to see, do I have any Libra houses or placements or planets between 20 minutes and 45, I'm sorry, 20 degrees and 45 minutes, or 26 degrees and 22 minutes. If you are anywhere in that range, everything I'm going to say today is going to affect and impact you 1,000 times more.
How many minutes? So 20 degrees, 45 minutes, and 26 minutes, and how many? 26 degrees and
22 minutes.
Okay.
No, my cat's getting ready to act up. Yeah.
So I love this. Okay, I typed it in, guys. So anybody who has Libra placements
Yeah.
between 20 degrees, 45 minutes, and 26 degrees, 22 minutes.
Thank
And
you.
tell us why those minutes and degrees. This is
So
something to do with
this-
human design in the gate.
So this not only, this activates gate 32, it's a Libra gate, and also gate 42, which is an Aries gate, right? Opposite signs. So this is the north node and the south node simultaneously. These gates are active along with Mars and Libra. So boom. So what this is all about is tribal energy. And so when you bring this back from a genetic standpoint, if you didn't have a talent, your tribe, if to offer your tribe, your talent was your currency, your literal talent, your abilities, what responsibilities you were able to carry that no one else in the tribe could. That made you important. So if you could raise cows and milk them like no other, that was a talent that village needed it. If you were a blacksmith and you made weapons, resources, Venus, you made weapons, you made shields for war, whatever. You had a talent, you were the best at it, you had access, which we know Libra is access. You were a good investment. But let's say you came to the tribe and you didn't have a talent. That also meant in past times, and we are carrying this through a genetic standpoint, that also meant that you had no place in the tribe, which means you were exiled.
Yeah, no use of you, right?
There's
you couldn't, no contribution, not a valuable contribution.
And if you're not valuable, if you're not a good investment, then you're a bad investment. And so essentially you die. You die. Because during that timeline, right, if you didn't have a kingdom, if you didn't have a tribe, you had to live in the wilderness. And the survival, this is all about survival. This is deep-seated fear. So the south node here, these deep-seated fears are coming back. The energy has changed, and I'm going to help us understand what is it like in 2023, because it's still not Middle Ages, right? Like, we're not living that long ago. You're not out to the wolves, right? There's so many programs. You got, welfare and different programs that can get you where you're not literally living with a wolf or a bear and you're getting shredded to pieces, right? But the fear is the same.
Same, yeah. The survival. Will I survive? And yeah, the survival mode. I get it. Yeah.
And so it's
somebody's
a mental
asking,
body thing. Say it again.
Somebody's asking, how do you know if you have this? You have to pull up your chart. So there's many free websites like astro.com, astroseek.com. You can put up your birth information. It will tell you, give you the chart, and you can see the Libra sign. It's like a scale, and it will say degrees and minutes there if you have something in those. Yeah.
I wish I could share a screen right now. I'd be able to just pull up for you, but that's not possible.
Guests cannot pull green screens, and I tried, I couldn't do it. So
yeah, I only really do it through StreamYard. But if I got back into it, this is the karma we're trying to cut through at a genetic level. This level of collective fear that either one, you belong to a tribe that is cut off from the rest of the world, and this kind of turns into a cult, and they kind of die out anyways, or you're so disjointed, and when I say disjointed, I mean you work hard, you make money where you can survive as an individual, and this is the largest change given the modern world. You couldn't just be an individual. It was very unlikely. You had to have family money, right? You had to be born into royalty, but your wealth and your access was connected to the royalty. So if you left the kingdom, you're not really, unless you were like the prince, maybe, I don't know, you're not really leaving with your wealth. Not something that could sustain forever, because now you're cut off from the family. But today, 2023, you could just make a crap ton of money and live off the grid by yourself.
Yeah. You couldn't survive on your own back in the days, because everybody had a role, and they, this one cooked, this one was sewing the garnets, this one was doing this, hunting, this person. So yeah, these days we have other possibilities. I hear you. I get it. So back in the days there was no individualism in that sense, but today it's even highlighted, I would say. We're going to the
which is also honestly more dangerous in a lot of ways, because what it's done is it's not just disconnected us from other people, it's disconnected us from culture, it's disconnected us from the interdependentness of us to the universe, us to Mother Nature. This is why we're able to destroy a good investment, let's say planet Earth. If Libra was investment energy and it's back to Venus, and Venus is very closely to, you know, Mother Nature, being Taurus, the shadow side, right? The physical ground, you know, trees, flowers. When you take the time to smell flowers and live a very simple life, and the flower gives you a message, and a bee comes and lands on your nose, and you remember, oh yeah, the nose is one of the five senses, Taurus, and the nose says with the bee in combination, not only are you abundant, but we're happy you're here to rest and recover and recuperate with us. So by disjointing ourselves and being able to survive on our own, in our own little covenant, we're disconnected from the universe and from nature itself. And Libra is one of the signs that I like to believe has the ability to mediate as a part of Venus. It's exaltation, Pisces, who is God. And then you have Taurus, which is Earth, which is an earthly God, if you will, right? Mother Nature. Libra is the symbol that mediates the information that's connected from heaven down to this earthly mundane realm. So when we cut this connection, and let's say we can afford to do our things on our own, and we live off the grid in our own ways, and we don't need anybody, and we only need ourselves, and we're this strong, independent woman, or we're this, you know, single, masculine, you know, male who wants to stay single forever, whatever it is, and we decide not to offer our natural talents, Taurus natural talents, back to multiple groups outside of just one little clique. Because that's a lot of what's happening. It's like, well, you know, let's do the tech industry, and we all are pretty much beyond buku rich, so we can commune together. And you know what? Let's forget about, you know, the Joe Schmoes of the world. That group dies off too, because it's not interconnected, and you can't lie to the universe. So when I look at Mars conjuncting the South Node, for example, we're bringing up this DNA, and we're actually, Aries on the other side is not beginning. Most times Aries is known to begin and initiate, but every initiation starts with a death. So Aries is actually a stop codon, which in genetic terms, it kills a DNA strand. So
that's interesting.
So if this DNA strand was this collective fear that I don't have a talent to offer, or that I have my own resources, that I don't need to connect with others, whatever, it transforms the fear, where now it transforms. A lot of it today is unfortunate, but it is just the reality. A lot of it today transforms into success and failure is based off of what your bank account looks like.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous. The value system has to change, and I hope Pluto and Aquarius will help us go back to the tribe, as you said.
1000%. It will. It will. It absolutely will. And this is the thing. At the shadow frequencies, Libra, in this particular gate, if you have gate 32, in between these degrees that we listen in the chat, Libra says, I define, because Venus is, the best way I've heard it is, it's the yardstick of judgment. It's the yardstick of judgment. It measures our ability to judge, to discern, right? Like, this is worth something, or this is worth nothing, or here is what this is worth. Here's what it's not worth. And so if you looked at the flyer that Jasmina and I put out, it's looking like who and what is worth preserving. What is a good investment and what is a bad investment? And this is going down to a lot of things that I want to backtrack for a moment, because I'm super excited. I want to backtrack for a moment. And here's what I'm going to do to snap us up and out of this. All right. So I'm just let you hear that tribal sound, and just let that tribal sound bring you back into the room, bring you back into your body. And so that we all can get this message, I want to try an air exercise, a little bit of air magic. It's very simple. Ready? I'm going to have you take your two fingers, your middle finger and your index finger. I'm going to have you put it on your third eye. Okay, boom. It's going to help us connect. Now I'm going to start with my thumb, which is going to close one nostril, okay? And then this ring finger will keep this nostril open for now. So right now, my thumb closed and my third eye is connected, okay? I want to have you inhale for 5 seconds, and what you're going to inhale is intention.
Okay.
Soft, slow, and quiet. I'm going to use my ring finger to close this. I'll switch over. I'm going to open my thumb, and I'm going to exhale fear. And I want you to notice how your shoulders dropped and your jaw begins to relax. All the tension in your teeth relaxed. And now we're going to inhale clarity from the nostril of the thumb up to the third eye. Eyes are closed. You can look at your fingers that are touching your third eye. I'm going to close my thumb. I'm going to open my ring finger. And I'm going to exhale criticism. Now we're going to inhale balance. And we're going to exhale aggression. We'll inhale through the thumb, unity. I'm going to open my ring finger, and we're going to exhale separation. And I'm going to inhale a connection with the universe itself. Close my ring finger, and we're going to exhale bullshit. And we're going to inhale wealth. And we're going to exhale a poverty mindset. And finally, we're going to inhale love. And we're going to exhale being disjointed. And we're going to inhale preservation. And we're going to exhale detachment. All right. And when you're ready, you can just be here. Take in the moment.
This is very grounding.
Left. You know what I'm saying?
Very grounding.
Very grounding. This is air signs and how they benefit most. Geminis, Libras, Aquarius. This is air sign. The amount of clarity you have now, this is where and how you want to manifest from this state. Because you're clear and all the fears are gone. So this is I'm gonna take a moment. One, I told Jasmina a little bit prior. I wanted to invite her. She has a free ticket. All right. On October 21st, I'm going to run an eclipse event. It's literally in between the Libra eclipse and the Taurus eclipse, the one Saturday in between on the 21st of October. Honestly, probably the greatest value I see there is angelic Reiki. I'm not sure if you know what that is. I'm not going to go too far off into that. The best I can say is there are a lot of traps and barriers, but one of them is blockades to your soul and access to your spiritual gifts. Angelic Reiki can relieve energetic bondage that no matter how much meditation you do, you won't get there. No matter if you get a massage or not, you won't get there. Spiritual limitations are a very different realm, right? You can read a book and get through a mental blockage. That's still not going to free your soul. So Angelic Reiki is one of the best ones I can think of. There's a water renewal spell, which is actually the occult part of fire. It's the hidden side of fire. If you can access your fire, your inner flame, let's say this Aries full moon that passed, but from water. It's much softer, it's much gentler, full of compassion. And it allows you again to just, like water, seep through the callous and dried out earth, which again can represent money, which so many people are stressed about these days. And a lot of it is because of this message. So again, if you're interested in that, here's what I've been doing. I'm doing a raffle specifically because I hit 4K on YouTube, and it's been like a lifetime achievement for me. So I'm giving away a free reading. I think they're about $300 right now on my website. I'm giving away a free reading, specifically to the 4,000 people subscribed to my channel. And here's what I'm doing. I'm doing a raffle. This eclipse event I'm talking about is $8. If you're a member, it's $3 for the people that are my membership, or it's $8. What you can do when you book and buy this eclipse event, right? It's a one-off event. It's going to cover both eclipses and everything you're going to see in the link. So you'll see that. You have the option to pay what you want. If you pay $9, you'll get 2 raffle tickets. If you pay $10, you'll get 3 raffle tickets. If you paid $11, you'll get 4 raffle tickets. You get the point. I'm going to put all those names in a hat, old school, because I'm a very old school type person. I'm going to put those names. I'm going to write out your name 4 times, however many raffles you have. I'm going to put them in a hat. I'm going to pick it. I'm going to make the announcement. I'm going to give a free reading to somebody. And this for me is a celebration of the 4K for y'all helping me get to where I am today as an astrologer and more.
Absolutely so, gorgeous.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Thank you for, first of all, for this breathing exercise.
Yes.
It's very useful. Thank you for doing these workshops to help us, because I think, especially for us, even for us astrology practitioners, we need to ground ourselves. We also need to cleanse ourselves. We also need to be in tune with our, because we are, most of us are intuitive as well.
Sure.
We know techniques, we know knowledge, but if you don't use your intuition, you know, that's why every astrologer is unique. And I always say every astrologer will give you a different vision of your chart, see something different, because that's the unique thing of this. I love astrology, and anyway. So I'm digressing,
you brought up a beautiful point. It's everything I spoke about with preservation of who to support, who to cut. You are literally the active reason and active show, like an example of people that's been on your channel. I've been watching for a long time, and you're very versatile and universal type of energy, at least from what I've witnessed. And when I look at it, it's taken me a long time to do this collaboration with you. And part of that is everything we're talking about now with this Mars conjunct the South Node. It's like, who do you invest in? And who is a dead apple? You're not a dead apple, right? So this is something, you know.
No, I feel the same. I feel the same. Yeah, I feel the same. And I did a lot of, when I started it, I was collaborating with many people. But, you know, this Venus retrograde going through my 11th house, I also made some decision, and I made some, you know, clarification. Who do I want to, you know, I still want to feature new astrology. I want to, there's many new people, many people are learning, and I want to feature the new people so they can get a confidence to start helping others. And you know, but all of us also need support. So this is practicing these workshops and getting in tune with our body and with our intuition and mind and soul is also important for everybody, especially for us who practice, because we talk to other people, we influence other people's lives. It's a huge obligation. You can't take it lightly, right? No. So I appreciate, because I might be versatile. Thank you for that, and I can talk, but what you do, I can't even do it. I can participate, and that's why I'm grateful that there are people like you out there who do that, because, you know, and every one of us is doing something in this earth, right? So. Well,
thank you. You got the free ticket, you know. For me, like, and this is the Libra, right? It's the exchange. It's like, I wanted to make sure I asked you prior to coming on here, because it's like, look, like the shadow frequency of Aries in this, which is the North Node, is expectation. So it's literally expectation leading to the shadow of Libra, which is failure, or what we consider failure, right? Gate 32 or gate 42. So I know this for myself very well, because I have both of these gates. I have this Aries gate. I am in Aries. It's my sun sign. So it's like the most important of all my gates in when I look at it from a human design perspective. And expectation is literally what you want to watch for most when we look at the North Node. So understand, like Rahu K2, when you look at Rahu will amplify your addictions. It'll amplify what could be potent for you, but very easily able to demonize that exact energy, which might be a strength. And so Aries, expectation is a part of it, where Aries has one of these abilities of precognition, right? They can see the future, period. And one of the reasons why they're so impulsive is because they see the future as a fire sign. All fire sign has access to this. Aries is in its own different way. Like, it's like the first one. It gets a glimpse because it is actually the end. It is the thing that stops and kills everything. So it's the first one to see what comes next again.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but I have to say something. Yeah. Many people feel that water signs are in tune and connected with it. They are, but yes, visionaries are fire. Fires are visionaries. So don't misunderstand or misinterpret the connection with divine and visionaries. It's not the same thing. Just a thought.
Very different. They're very different.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No, like she's right on point, you know, and that brings me to the squaring energy of who's the real focal point in this transit, right? Which is Pluto and Capricorn. Hey, what's going on? Pluto and Capricorn.
Hi, Jackie.
And we got a glimpse of this in Cancer season because of the water. Water is psychic in its ways of receptivity, but you have to wait and be open to be receptive. Right? Like, you have to calm your senses to be receptive. You don't amplify them. You don't go ahead. You actually stay still as a water sign in order to receive intuitive messages. So in a lot of ways, water can be much longer lasting in the downloads it may get. But fire is much more in that initiation energy where its psychic abilities are now. They're now, they're sharp, they're pristine, and they're nearly impossible to trust.
So do you feel, I'm just thinking, because you talked about all this energy with human design and everything with these gates, I'm trying to put it in my little brain. So the Mars is action, right? And South Node is letting go. So but also Libra calls for collaboration or something. So how would you say, what would you advise people, like if they have something in this gate? So what type of action should they, because Mars is going to prompt them to do something, right? Probably. So what would you say if they're
there's a balance to this. There's two things. Mars and Libra are two main things. It is what it's known for, which is cutting things away, and I think this is the one we understand very obviously. And then there's the archaic understanding of fertility. Libra in this gate, as well as Aries, in these gates specifically as well, they're about infertility. The ability not to birth something, a person, an idea, a vision, a tribe, to preserve the future of humanity. It's the Mars understanding of being a farmer. Mars was also a farmer, and it made land fertile. It was the action you had to take to fertilize the land and make it so that when you plant a seed, Aries, it actually is worth cultivating and growing and tending to and watering and waiting for the right season and doing all the intellectual stuff that led you to understanding the tendencies. Because Libra in this gate is actually about our tendencies and having intention on the proper tendencies by pattern recognition, which we learn from Virgo, but we become professionals in Libra. The pattern recognition, the data begins in Virgo, and then we analyze it, but it's about getting rid of everything in Virgo. So Libra is now having the final professional product of, okay, I got rid of all the extra stuff. So Mercury going into Libra is going to help us understand with clarity of air sign if you do exercises like the breath work, whatever they are. It then allows you to bring the clarity after the chaos of Virgo, which is pretty much here now, because we're now 29 degrees Virgo in this moment, and I think in less than an hour or so it's going to be 0 degrees Libra, which is going to give us that most potent instinctual understanding of our clarity if we walk into it calm enough and not with the fear. Because any seed you plant, because like I said, these two gates, Aries and Libra, especially in this spaces and currently, Mars is trying to help us psychologically digest everything I'm saying by looking to the past. And this is the square of Libra to Cancer. Libra has to use the squaring tension energy of Cancer to understand the past and help us to assess what worked and what failed. What am I just continuing because of an emotional bond and a connection? And what am I continuing because it's actually worth building? Okay, back to the water, Cancer, I'm receptive because I sat still long enough to be receptive to understand, yes, I have these emotions and I'm connected to these people. I'm connected to this type of love. I'm connected to being gaslit. I'm connected to being played, to be having a psychological and emotional manipulation. I'm connected to that level of trauma. So it's about that as well. But there's the other side of I'm connected to nurturing my ideas, nurturing Cancer, my ideas, Libra, in this manner, nurturing my seeds, nurturing what is fertile, not infertile, combining myself with people who do not have the fear of infertility.
This is very profound.
It's a bad investment. And that's why the T-square from Aries to Libra going to Capricorn is saying we have to mature. We have to understand that what may look and feel like a restriction from the government may actually simply be true, but it is making you mature and become efficient with the things only that you need to move forward. You don't need the money you think you need to move forward in your career or profession. The most annoying thing that I found as in the entrepreneurial space is I need to have X amount of money before I begin. I don't talk to these people.
Yeah. I know you don't need that. Yeah.
I instantly cut this conversation. I'm like, it's because this is how, again, that same government we're blaming is playing on that fear narrative where we must go back to the South Node is saying return to the understanding of what currency has always been. Venus is our natural talents. I am a natural mystic, period. I dig into my, psychologically past life, South Node of being a shaman and understand that I am a bridge between the mundane world and the world of spirit, period. That's my Libra 12th house.
I love it.
Right? And so when I do that, I realize, wait a minute. I have the ability, if I remember properly, I used to just work as a breathwork specialist in my tribe. So when calamities arrived, I would take the tribe into a circle. I would then remind them of their fire, of their ability to take a risk, of their ability to go out there as an entrepreneur and invest in something risky, but to do it with tact, to do it with their intelligence by recognizing the tendencies and the patterns that continue to reveal and show up in life. Reveal, South Node, Mars, psychological dive, and revealing that this has always been a part of us. At this
somebody
point,
has
say it again.
Somebody has a question. Is why are you talking about South Node in Virgo? I don't think you are.
I'm not. I mentioned Virgo very briefly as it's the last sign in Mercury before we get that major clarity of, okay, I got rid of everything. I got rid of the negative self-talk. Let's say Virgo, Mercury, the negative self-talk, worrying and having all this anxiety about all this extra chaos in my life, right? Trying to get rid of things one by one. Mercury going into Libra is now saying, look, balance the masculine and feminine.
I think you were mentioning that Mercury is at the last degree of Virgo today, and it's going to Libra today. That was, I think, was missed. So I'm just going to clarify the air. Yeah,
no, thank you. I didn't see that. It's hard to see these comments, honestly.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. You just, I'm moderating it. Just focus. I just wanted to make clear what happened.
No,
so this is
So hopefully that made some sense of what Pluto is doing now that on October 10th, it is going direct again, right? So
yeah,
we're looking at our life system. What I feel is under discussed, personal opinion about Capricorn, but more important than our career, is that Capricorn is our life system that we can only discover in the stillness of Cancer, aka taking the time to introspect on my own emotions so that I can better understand when I'm feeling an emotion that is not mine and is somebody outside of me. This is where Capricorn fails.
It gives us also boundaries. If we didn't have those boundaries, we would suck up on everything, right? That's what, you know, water signs and Pisces especially, you know. So Capricorn gives us the boundary, so we protect. It's like a protection as well.
Sure. Yeah. And that's restriction of Saturn. That's why we can't demonize it. That's why we must look at Saturn as that master teacher, because Saturn in Pisces now, which is owning Capricorn, right, is now saying, hey, can you look at where you have been copious in your dreams or in your martyrdom tendency that Libra can, in its quincunxal relationship to Pisces, help Pisces realize, hey, here's your tendency to overdo it. When it comes to somebody crying and you feel so bad that you just become their tears and you just sit and have a kumbaya cry with them, right? To the point of your own detriment. Can you restrict this enough so that you can take what is chaotic and formless, Pisces, which is genuinely the ultimate feminine energy, personal opinion, of divine feminine and dark energetic chaos, Pisces, which is infinite, endless, timeless, in every dimension in reality, simultaneously connected to the Akasha or ethereal space, aka where we manifest from, infinite possibilities. Can you take this and put it and create enough of a box that can help you streamline all of that infinite nature and ability to dream and to feel what the collective is feeling and to be gentle with your karma and your subconscious 97% patterns, which Libra is in the South Node digging some of that DNA back up to help us understand what is worth preserving and to be very cutthroat and clear in this must go. It is a bad investment. If we are able to detach enough, which is actually this Aries energy, believe it or not, it's a gift of Aries, when it's healthy, right? Because it can be hostile, and we've heard this, but we've also completely overstretched that narrative because I am an Aries and I have been hostile in my life. I can admit this. This is the truth. And I also understand that I'm actually very much not hostile. I'm a very gentle creature, even if someone believes different. So it's like letting go of all of this expectation, back to Aries in the North Node, of what does it mean to succeed and fail? That's the Mars in Libra as well as the South Node in Libra. And we get there by detaching, okay, from what we're expecting. I'm expecting, you know, because I'm in an 11th house transit, that all of my gains and riches and hopes and dreams are going to come true. So because I'm expecting it, I'm actually closing the door off and I'm blocking exactly those gains because my expectation says it looks like this. It looks like this. It looks like money, or it looks like I'm going to connect with a famous influencer. Or it looks like, and it's this expectation that is blocking the blessing, because the reality is it looks like you don't know. And you won't know until you terminate that old DNA, that old identity, that old face, which was a mask, until you place that thing down and realize you were aligning and attaching. Mars wants us in the South Node to cut through what the yardstick of judgment has been from our family's narrative.
Excuse me. I was just thinking, but we were doing this breathing exercise, how we release detachments. And I feel that this Mars and South Node actually is going to help us release the detachments that are not long serving us no more, right? That's the whole, you know, so this is part of it. I'm just thinking about that, you know, what are you attached to? Physically, with whom, to what material stuff, like this is also a material thing, investments, what are you attached to? What is, if something doesn't serve you, now this is a good energy to let it go.
Yes.
That's how I feel.
Yes. 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 So I took some mini notes here.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Sabian symbols?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Do you know the one for this transit?
I don't know for this one. I just know something for my own chart.
That's okay. That's okay. I actually need to. If anybody knows a good Sabian symbol resource, please drop it in the chat. I want to know it. I want a physical book that gives me all the Sabian symbols.
Okay, I think I have something later. I'll put it in the comments. I think I have something, not a book, but I have a website and it's really good.
Sure. So I did do the one for this one, and the Sabian symbol is an autumn leaf. I believe being given to a pilgrim, representing back to Pisces. Well, I won't say that, not yet. Representing sudden mystery. I think, yes, back to Pisces because of Libra's exaltation in Saturn. So representing sudden mystery as well as life and death. So I'm going to say that again. The Sabian symbol is an autumn leaf. We're in the fall time. It's fall season.
Okay.
Thank you, Birth Map. I see you with the books. I appreciate you.
So Jackie, just when I save the video, just put in the comments later the name of the books, or just DM Pernell directly.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So this is tribe, right?
Of course.
I don't know the birth map, or you said Jackie. I don't know Jackie.
Yeah, I had I had a few lives with her about new and moon and full moons. We are doing those lives now every 2 weeks.
And that's the magic of tribe. That's the magic of tribe. I have seen her on your channel. I don't know her very well, but that's the magic of tribe, right? It's the extension and the revolutionization of what we're expanding, how we're expanding, who we're expanding with, right? Who are those connections that do revolutionize our seeds that we're planting, right? So if I look at the Sabian symbol, here's some of the brief things that it means that I took some notes on. Keyword is being given to a pilgrim. So take the moment to just, wander on what was a pilgrim? What does pilgrim signify, right? Plymouth Rock, Massachusetts landing, corn, coming from one country to another, right?
I was gonna say Turkey because it's Thanksgiving in the USA next next month.
Thanksgiving. The modern Libra is always gonna in this gate is gonna look at the old understanding of Thanksgiving. The modern understanding is gonna look at the roots, which is a massacre, literally that was a cover up, right? And then it's gonna look at I'm not a fan at all. I've always hated it. But whatever, it is what it is. And then it's going to look at the modern understanding of Thanksgiving, which, okay, if I say 10, 20 years ago, was a connection with family, right? And one wide sense. And then there's a more modern, a revolutionized form of what we kind of just said, which is a part of like, I really don't enjoy this holiday because of the symbolism and what they've hidden. So there's that form, right? And so the key with this is to recognize again of how we choose with Libra, how we choose, what we choose, and understand that interconnectedness reminds us that we have to respect all of it. Because again, Libra exalts in Saturn because it is able to respect the light and the dark. That's what the fall equinox is. That's the autumn equinox. It is the light and the dark equally balanced. Same amount of day as the same amount as night. So the night equates to the darker shadows of our history. We have to embrace that, which is a massacre in this instance, and understand that it's not much different than the celebration either. And there is a link between that. Now, again, wherever from a conscious standpoint, that could be like, nah, I don't want to connect with it. And what I'm saying again, this Mars and the South Node conjunction is reminding us that when two planets, and I know the South Node is not a planet, but when two planets, let's just say conjunct, it is potentially the strongest aspect in astrology because it is a convergence. It is brutal. It can easily be painful. It can be dark. It can be grim. It
Yeah.
can be very restricted. It can be stifling, suffocating.
I know it's gonna be maybe a I don't know, a weird metaphor, but it's just like two people becoming one during sex. So
Yeah.
it can be this way or that way.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. And to use your reference and analogy, the unfortunate part, which may be graphically disturbing, but a conjunction, depending on how it conjunct, can be, forgive my language, considered rape.
Yeah, it can go, as I said, it can be very beautiful.
Yeah.
Or it can go the other way.
Or it can go the other way.
It's yeah. So that's conjunction for you, I think.
Exactly. The thing is, it's going to insert itself with itself and merge, whether you like it or not. So it's more a matter of how we decide to perceive what I just said. So understand that if I put that outside of the vulgar terms, which I use with intention, it looks like I might as well get on board with this and understand that there's going to be some discomfort, the fact that Mars is meeting the South Node.
Yes, now that you mentioned the Sambia symbol of pilgrimage, I was thinking maybe it's time to let go of old beliefs of this, you know, the stuff that we were, all this, how to make peace with our past as a collective. Yeah. And, you know, and letting go of all the tradition that they don't serve us anymore.
Exactly.
A bunch of traditions don't serve us anymore, guys.
Exactly.
I sound like a priest. I don't want to preach, but this is what I feel.
I want to give you a prime example. I live in Mexico. I'm in Mexico. My partner is Mexican. I'm going to give you an example of this. I left the States about 6 years ago. The first couple years on Thanksgiving, it was one of the loneliest times. And it was the time I wanted to become a fundamentalist in this point. And I kind of became very cultish with other foreigners who also may have been from the US, and I was living in Thailand. They don't celebrate Thanksgiving anywhere other than the US, right? So if I give an example, during this time, I remember being on a rooftop and recording a video, and I was angry. If I'm being honest, I was angry, and I was like, man, I basically was like, F Thanksgiving. They just murdered all the Indians, and I understood that some of my past lives was part linked to the indigenous people of the US, or what is known as Native Americans. I hate that, but whatever, Indians. And so this is the beginning, right? And I realized, but I also was angry, and I was like alone on these holidays. Now, as I fast forward, Thanksgiving came now, and I kind of left that anger energy, but I also really didn't care to celebrate so much either. I kind of was just indifferent / neutral. And my partner last Thanksgiving found out my culture. Now, mind you, she's Mexican. She doesn't understand the foods that a black family would cook, my culture, on Thanksgiving. Collard greens, mac and cheese, it got to be baked. It can't be cooked on the stove. You got to have at least 7 cheeses in there. Ham hocks, it got to be in the cabbage, right? So it's like stuffing, right? But she did her research, and she found a restaurant that had baked mac and cheese. And it was the most heartwarming experience. So South Node conjunction to that, it turns us from, do I stay in that fundamentalist mindset and say, I'm going to be a part of this tribe of, you know, expats who just continue to hate this holiday because of the massacre? Or do I converge this energy and respect the interconnectedness, understanding that spirit, universe, doesn't see that massacre different than the connection with family, different than the people who demonize whatever. It's just like, look, it's a part of all of our DNA. And with forgiveness, we can find the beauty, which is what Libra is caring. It cares about the beauty of the situation.
I like that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, as I said, we have to make peace somehow with our past to move on.
sorry, I heard a comment, it made me laugh.
Okay, what is
he said itis inducing. So the itis, like, I know he understands black culture. I know that guy, he's from the South. And itis is like that point where you eat so much you have to unbuckle your
that's what it is. Okay.
You know, and you just kind of lay back like this, and you let your pants loose, and you're like, And then you just fall asleep because you can't keep your eyes open. You ate so much. You know, it's that kind of, that's the itis. So
It's
I just
interesting.
laughed. All right, so here's these little notes. I'm gonna give you this in rapid fire because I know you only get about an hour before it cuts off, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay, so give me that like,
we have like less than 10 minutes. Yeah.
all right, give me like that like 5-minute warning. Okay.
Okay.
So the autumn leaf, the Sabian system, the autumn leaf given to a pilgrim representing sudden mystery of life and death. Now, what does an autumn leaf do? It falls off. That's the South Node. That's part of the representation.
Mm-hmm.
A leaf went from being green, bright, and full of life to this inorganic thing that crumbles up and can be used now in magic rituals and spells, which you should come to the event and I'll teach you so many spells. Now, if I move forward, this represents when we come into the revelations, we now must meet them with tact. Next, it is helping us understand the sensitivities that we have to these patterns that Mars is starting to reveal, okay, as this psychological researcher who can see with a clear Libra mind. Next, it is now asking us to use our intelligence, okay, to understand our tendencies to connect with X, Y, or Z, right? Whether it's a dead investment or a very lively investment. Next,
Mm-hmm.
it is asking us then to see beyond the surface appearance. And this is the largest thing I've been seeing on repeat. And it's like, okay, the instance I'm getting for simplicity, the guy going for the girl with the fake boobs and the freaking fat ass, right? It's like, that's so played out. Oh my gosh, she's so bad, I want to marry her. And it's like, no the hell you don't. She's soulless. Okay, next. Lost in the details. This is one of the things. Do not get lost in the details. This, not eclipse, but this conjunction will have you vacillate between this, and you'll want to kind of go backwards. And that's the T-square to Pluto and Capricorn asking you to transform this with maturity, right? At the end of the day, it's about being efficient. Set the boundaries, create the limits, and understand that they're to be respected and permanently be burnt in the karmic fires where you can essentially go through the arboros with a snake bites its tail. Next, translate as a medium and understand a medium can see life and death. They are a balance between those themes, which again relate to rebirth that I just said with Capricorn and Pluto. Next, helps us guard against the details that are absolutely irrelevant, something that Libra loves to get caught in as a form of self-sabotage, irrelevant details. And that brings us to cause extra confusion. So people that are confused, understand you're sabotaging yourself. I'm calling you out loud and I don't care. Next, psychic control. Psychic mind control is one of these themes, and it is one of the ways it's happening through the government. So as I say this, I'm using the example, I heard a Amber Alert type thing that there's a frequency that's gone off today, and it is supposed to be somehow programming us to act and behave a certain way, or to want to remember how attached we are to the success and failure narrative of money as the yardstick of success and failure, and not our talents, and not the simplicity of looking at a beautiful thing and realizing that every time you have been in a financial crisis, you have always got money, not when you wanted, but right on time. Listen to what I just said. You have never gotten the money when you wanted it. But before you were going to officially crash and burn and unable to pay the bill you stressed about the most, money just landed directly in your bank account. Hallelujah. Next, this is one of the major mind controls through government and fear narratives or fear mongering that Pluto and Capricorn is asking you to say, hey, look, Aquarius is on the rise in Pluto, so prepare to join and unite. Next, let go of inertia and laziness. Libras are hella lazy, as well as Taurus. And we must understand that Libras, yo, you're just so lazy. Honestly, I hate to say it, but it is what it is. You know, we can demonize Aries for acting and doing so impulsively without having enough of a plan and a strategy in play. This is absolutely true. Aries benefits the most when they can take the time to slow down and become more tactful and create a strategy. Yet, remember, Libra, your shadow is, it is tough to begin as a part of Venus, and you're sitting next to Pisces in exaltation and domicile Taurus. You're just as lazy, mediating back and forth between the two types of laziness of Pisces and Taurus.
You have a couple more minutes. Okay, just let you know.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. So next, that's the key thing. That laziness is actually stopping us from creating, from being fertile with our ideas, from playing, and as well as taking a risk. All of that is because Leo isn't Venus currently moving forward. I don't know if it's fully direct yet until 28 degrees, but Leo is the place of the stock market. It's taking risks, it's entrepreneurship, it's going out there bold and courageous. Libra, you must respond during this conjunction of South Node and Mars to take action in the risk of your creative expression. Finally, it is a distorted form of competition, back to Leo and Venus, a distorted form of competing with others, as well as suppressing our sensitivity or our internal belief in ourselves with a high sense of internal authority that says, I am worth it.
Amen to that. I love it.
I leave it there for the time being, and then I say, make sure you come to this event October 21st. Yes. I said there's going to be extra raffles. You'll get your name in. You'll get a free reading if I pull your name out of the hat. Every extra point you put in, past $8, you can donate what you want. $3 for members, you'll get extra tickets. All right.
Absolutely. Take this great offer and from Pernell. Each and one of us needs some time to cleanse, to get the energies, because we all work. We have to stop and do something like that. This is a great opportunity. Don't miss it. I want to thank everybody for joining and for participating. And Pernell, thank you so much for this. This was really profound for me. Totally like different, like magic. Yeah, for me, you are performing magic. So tapping with Pernell, seriously, yes. Yeah, thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Jackie, all of my friends here. And thank you, Pernell. Talk soon. Okay.
I appreciate you.
And good luck with the workshop. I'll join for sure.
I'll see you there.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.